All right, Shalom. I'm going to start off with giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Coming at you with another lesson. The spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. After overhearing recent conversations from different establishment owners of them complaining how the shelves are not being stocked, how companies are turning them away at the door, saying, we do not have the products you need. And we do not know when these products will be available again to you. There's a lot of this going on, right? Now, I pulled up, this is U.S. food suppliers are having trouble keeping shelves stocked. All right, and one of the companies that was being mentioned was U.S. Foods, okay, which is a restaurant distribution company, and they are now turning away customers. Okay, they are now literally turning away customers, and you have a lot of establishment owners scrambling around to stock their shelves or stock their, establishment with different goods. And they are buying these things by the bulk load because they don't know when these things will ever come back available unto them, right? Now, if you know anything that's going on with, the ports, a lot of ports are being held up in different things, A lot of ports and things are being held up, okay? A lot of containers, are sitting at these ports. A lot of ships are backed up, So, we can also add the shipping prices are sky high. So you got a lot of things going on. And see, what you're about to see very soon, you're about to see what the scriptures spoke of. Let's go get that. Let's go to the book, the second Esdras. Chapter 6, verse 22 says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And what do you hear a lot? You hear a lot of people say, I didn't think this would ever happen to America. I didn't ever think we was going to go through, a food crisis, different item crisis like this. I feel like I'm in a third world country. See, these are some of the comments that you hear people saying, right? In the inside, I just laugh. Because much more is coming. And not for the better, for the worse, right? It's going to get very chaotic out here in America, Babylon the Great. If you know, you know. So let's read that again. It says, 2 Esdras chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Because, the average person is used to, going somewhere and immediately getting what they want. All right? No questions asked. Things are a click away by, through the internet or through an app on your phone or a phone call away. You can make a phone call and have these items placed on hold for you until you get there, right? These are what the people are used to. Or you could just go to a different place and just grab it off the shelves. Well, now these things are beginning to not be so. And it's getting much harder for people to basically sustain themselves. Now, might I add this? What you have is with everything going on, with things being backed up, with people not being able to get these items to go to different warehouses and distributors, and the whole process on how that works. You have a lack of workers, and on top of lack of workers, you have this potion mandate, right? So now you're already dealing with a lack of workers, and now you're going to add on top of that a potion mandate, and then you're going to have another group of workers, that the ones that are working, that are going to say, you know what, I'm not taking a potion, so now you're going to lose more workers. Okay, so we see how all this is a road to disaster. Just think about it. It's all leading to a road to disaster. So let's read this. It's from Bloomberg.com. It says, some of the largest U.S. food distributors are reporting difficulties in fulfilling orders as a lack of workers weighs on the supply chain, right? And that's just only part of the problem. Imagine if some of a lot of these workers are the ones who don't want the jab. Until you force them, now you're out of those workers, right? And you can think all these different workers that that's not working these jobs now are what they keep Babylon running, right? They help continue to keep Babylon maintained. The middle class, the poor, and then the middle class. Let's continue. Sysco Corp, North America's largest wholesome food distributor, is turning away customers in some areas where demand is exceeding capacity. The company also said prices for key goods such as chicken, pork, and paper products for takeout packaging are climbing amid tight supplies. In particular, production has slowed for high demand, labor-intensive cuts like bacon, ribs, wings, and tenders. Sysco said there are certain areas across the country that are more challenged by the labor shortage, and our volume of orders is regularly exceeding our capacity. Sysco Chief Executive Officer Kevin Horican said in a letter to clients early this month, this has unfortunately led to the service disruption for some of our customers. An analyst from Decadata, which tracks retailer transactions with shoppers and manufacturers, shows that retailers are bumping up against manufacturer capacity as they stockpile ahead of the holiday season. In July, the incidence of suppliers limiting or putting a cap on orders from customers who was more than double what it was in January, its data show. Another major distributor, United Natural Foods Inc., is having trouble getting food to stores on time. The company said the labor shortages as well as delays for some imported goods like cheese, coconut water, and spices are causing the problems. We anticipate additional supplier challenges in the short term with gradual improvement through the fall and winter, a United Natural Foods representative said. The company's top priority is to support customers by working diligently to recover and bring their shelves back to normal inventory levels as quickly as possible. U.S. companies across industries are reporting a dearth of workers amid sweetened unemployment benefits, stimulus payments, and a pandemic that has reduced the appeal of in-person employment. Houston-based Sysco is aggressively hiring warehouse workers and truck drivers and offering referral and sign-on bonuses along with money retention for current staff. Okay? So, going and basically touching on the things of what I said. But these things are not going to get any better, okay? America, Babylon the Great, as you know it, is circling the drain, right? And there ain't no hope for Babylon. This place is completely through, all right? As they come down with more of these harsh laws, okay, these mandates, these draconian measures, things are just going to become more hectic, and especially in the workforce. I just did a lesson on how, different high-ranking officials, right, in the military, in the police force, in the federal bureaus, and the government, all types of people from high rank to low rank are opting out of their careers, okay, or they're just their job to sustain themselves because they don't want the potion, right? But then society is talking about it needs these, individuals. Okay. So this place is on the road to disaster, and the things are going to get much worse. All right. And what you can see, what's going to end up happening over time with this is a famine. All right, a famine. It's the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15. Verse 19, it says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." These are the times we are heading into, where it's going to be a dog-eat-dog world. It's going to be survival of the fittest. Right? All this fake love that's going on right now. Well, the scripture says, when iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Well, iniquity is abounding. Iniquity is at an all-time high and continue to grow. The scripture says, for her sins have reached up into heaven. Talking about America, Babylon the Great. Right? So these things are happening. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So people are going to be going through hell. Okay? They're going to be going through hell. And you think they're going to give a damn of how pretty you looking that day? Or you think they're going to have some type of pity of how many children you have? No. Only thing they're going to be thinking about is whom? Their self. And maybe, their family. Right? And this is what's coming. All you people that think that Babylon's going to be healed, you think that, you could just unite, come together, right? Somehow that things might get better. No. It's not going to happen. All this is leading, right? All this is leading to the destruction of America, Babylon the Great. Chaos. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it. Now, who's going to be saved out of it? Let's deal with that first. We'll talk about the elect of Israel. The elect of Israel are going to be saved out of it, right? But that we're coming in a time of Jacob's trouble, right? It's going to be unbelievable. So that's why we got to put our faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You got this devil about to come down with great wrath because he knows his time is short, right? He trying to stick us and our children with this poison. Devil already got on TV and said, we're gonna if you don't basically bow down to our agenda, you getting cut off. And this is about the potion. We ain't even get to the Charagma. He doing all this about the potion. Right? It's going to be complete rebellion in these streets as you see now. It's going to be sedition among men. You got civil war, race wars, class wars. You got gender wars. Okay? You got the division of the potion takers and the non-potion takers. You're going to have things going on because of the famine, riots and protests. It's going to be absolutely crazy. So that's why we in the know. That's why we in the faith. We got to continue to trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and pray that we may be covered. Pray that we may be healed. Pray that we may be taken care of. Pray that we may be that we're going to be fed. Pray that we're going to be delivered from all the crazy times that we're entering in. Pray that the Lord guides our steps. Okay, us and our loved ones, our families, you know, our children, our wives. That's what we're going to need. Okay. So I just thought I'd, just touch on this to the spirit. Lord willing, hope was that I find. Till next time, I want to say shalom.